Welcome all. Today in this session, I'm going to give you the understanding of Git and GitHub here. So for this, let me take the example of a person in the company who is Abhishek. And suppose take the example, Abhishek is only the person who is working as a automation tester in the project. So he is the only person. In that case, what happened that whenever he need to automate any test cases, he will create a file at on his local machine like abc.java and will write the test cases there like test case A and test case B. So whenever needed, he can create new files also like pqr.java and he can add the test cases there also. If at any point of time he want to add new test cases in the existing file like pqr.java, he can add the test case in the existing file also. Reason is that because the code, the files, everything is available on his local machine here. Okay, so but in the real life, we know that this is not the scenario in your project. Maybe multiple persons are working on the project. So I'm just taking the example of one other person like Ashish. So Abhishek and Ashish both are working on the project. So now Ashish will also do the same thing. He can also create any Java file at his local machine on his local machine, and he can add the test cases. He can add multiple files here, and he can add the test cases in the existing file which is available on his local machine here, like this one. Okay, so now here the thing is that you can see here now at any point of time, suppose take the example, they want to run the all the test cases for the project here. So you know that few test cases are available with Abhishek machine on his local machine and few test cases are available on the Ashish local machine. So what will happen? Uh, in this case, if they want to share the result to anybody like client, Abhishek will execute the test cases on his local machine and Ashish will execute the test case on his local machine. Now they will talk to each other and they will communicate and that can create a combined report that out of these four files like ABC, PQR, PUL, and JQL5, how many test cases are pass and fail. So in this way, they have to communicate it. So now company got a solution for that. And what was the solution? That instead of storing the code or data in the local machine, the company provided a shared machine. Now what will happen? Whenever Abhishek is working on his local machine, he can he can create the files here, he can add the test cases here, and the same time Ashish can also do the same thing, like he's working on his local machine. Now what has happened whenever Abhishek or Ashish they will complete their work? For example, Abhishek has created the file abc.java, and when he completed his task, he will just copy the file into the shared machine. Now, same thing you can say Ashish will do when he will complete the work. He will also copy his file like xyz.java in the shared machine here. Now, what will happen? Same thing will happen that whenever, suppose take the example, Abhishek want to get some code which is not available in his local machines. So, for example, you can say ABC file is available on the local machine, and whatever file is you can say pasted by the Ashish on the that shared machine like xyz.java, that is not available to the local machine or Abhishek. So, if Abhishek want to modify the code of that xyz.java file, he can copy the code from the shared machine at his on his local machine. Okay, from the shared machine. Same thing Ashish can do. Okay, now here you can see that in this way they can now they can do one thing. They can work on the project together, and whenever they are completing their work, they will just paste the updated file to the shared machine. In this way, Abhishek, if Abhishek want to add some test case in the xyz file, he can add like test case E and test case F here. Same thing Ashish can do on his local machine. Okay, so now whenever they complete, they can update the code in the shared machine. So here you will see the challenges there. Suppose take the example XYZ. In XYZ file, Abhishek also added the test case ENF and Ashish also added the test case G and H here. So here you can say if Ashish will first of all update the XYZ file on the shared machine, so what will happen? His changes will be there. So now XYZ file contains test case class, test case 3, test case C, test case D, G, and H. Now after that, if Abhishek will try to you can say paste the updated file to the shared machine, what will happen? When he will paste the code which is you can say updated by the Ashish like test case GNS, that will be override by the Abhishek here. So in that case, because this whole process the manual, so these type of challenges can come into the picture. Other challenges I can show you, like for example, everything is working as a manual thing, so they are using the copy paste for sending the code from one machine to another machine. Second thing is that you can say if they are trying to work on the same machine, their changes can be lost. Now, one important thing is that suppose take that example, whenever they are completing their work and they are just finally they are just submitting their updated file to the shared machine. Suppose take the example, few days after few days they realize that okay, currently whatever code is working on you can say on the project that is not working fine. So they want to roll back the code from 3 days back. So in that case, they cannot achieve it. Reason is that because whenever they are just going to update the code or they are going to paste the code in the shared machine, they are not taking any backup of this file on the base of date. Like XYZ file was when they updated the XYZ file, they take the backup. So every time on the basis of daily basis, they are not taking the backup. So this is a major challenge here. Okay, so if they are not able to, if they are not taking the backup, they cannot revert the code. Okay, so now another thing is that is actually you can say mainly handled or you can say faced by the developer also. Suppose take the example, they are working on a lots of code, but they don't want to release all the code to the, you can say on all the code to the, you can say in the release. So in that case, they want to hold some task at your end. So what will happen if they, if you will take the example, same thing in the automation, if Abhishek and Ashish will try to hold some task at their local end, so they have to manage the things like, okay, this thing is available on my location machine and this is not available in the, you can say, shared machine. So lots of challenges are there. To overcome these challenges, you can say a solution comes into the picture that you can say few companies comes into the market and they say that I will take care of these things to manage the code on our servers or on machines. So one of the, you can say one of the company, you can say they provided a solution with the help of a machine that is called GitHub. So GitHub is actually, you can say this machine was a, this machine is not the machine of a company machine. So you can say it was the server which is provided by the some companies, and they asked that whenever you want to manage your code, whenever you want to you can say manage your code, you can you can manage your code on our machine here. Okay, and the main benefit of this machine was because this machine was available on the internet, so anybody can access this machine from anywhere here. Now Ashish and Abhishek, whenever they want to you can say manage their code, they don't need to put the code on and their local machine, as well as they don't need to put the code on the company shared machine. Now they can update the code and you can say manage the code in this GitHub machine. So here you can say in GitHub machine, what is happening here, whenever Abhishek want to interact with this machine, he will get the he can interact with the machine with the help of few commands here. So like you can say you have the command like pull command, push command, add command, commit command, status, and clone command. So actually you can say with the help of any command they can interact with this machine, so they can get rid of that problem of copy paste here. Same thing you can say Ashish can do whenever he want to interact with this machine, like he want to send some code to this machine, or he want to get some updated code from there, he want to delete any code. So anything he want to achieve, they can achieve with the help of this commands here. Now the question is that how the command are going to be executed. These commands are provided by the GitHub. Okay, and for that purpose they have to install a software on their local machine, and every person who is working on the project, they have to install a you can say a software on their local machine that is called Git, or you can say Git client. So with the help of this software, they can interact with this machine and they can send their code here. So now here you can take the example, whenever Abhishek is working on the project, he has created a file abc.file and Ashish has created the xyz file. So at any point of time, whenever they want to send their code to this you can just shared machine, they don't need to make a copy paste. They simply you can say just run few commands, like there is a sequence of command like add command, then commit command, and finally they can run the push command to send their data, send their file to the shared machine here. So in this way, using the commands, actually they can control the each and everything here. Okay, so here you can say their life will be easy. And in the same way, if Abhishek is working on a file xyz file, okay, test case, and same thing you can say Ashish is working on the another file. So yeah, they can everything they can do one thing with the help of this system, with the help of this repository concept. Abhishek and Ashish and every person in the team, they can work on their local machine, and whenever they need, they can update the data to the, you can say, server here. So like you can say that Abhishek is updating the code on the local machine on xyz file ef, and now Ashish is also updating the code gs on the local machine, and whenever needed they can submit their code to the local machine. Now understand the flow of you can say git workflow, how it works. So you can say mainly two parts comes into the picture of, you can say, git workflow. One is called remote and one is called local here. So you can say remote is the part, you can say, that is called GitHub, and the local part is actually divided into the 3 stages. One is called working directory, second is called staging area, and third is called Git repository here. So what is happening here, whenever you can say your project started, whenever your project started, there are different flows, like starting from remote is one flow and starting from local is other flow. So you can say the project can be started from anywhere. So here I'm just discussing the starting from the remote here. So what happened that in remote means in your remote server, that is, I told you, that is a, you can say, a machine, that is a server machine on the internet and provided by the company. So you can create a XYZ folder and you can call it something like a repository here. So your manager, stakeholder, team lead, who is the authorized person, he just create a, you can say, XYZ folder at the initial level of the project. Now what is happening, all the person who want to work on this project, they just run a command that is called clone. When they run the command clone, what happens, a copy of this folder will be you can say will be copied from this server to their local machine. So every person is going to run the command clone whenever they are going to work on the first time on the project. Okay, when they work, when they will call this command, so the folder XYZ, which is called the repository, will be copied to their local working directory here. So that is the, you can say, local folder on their machine. Now after that, what is happening there, in this XYZ folder, because they copied the folder here, now they can start working on the project. For example, they can add some file in the project, they can update the file, they can delete the file. So whatever work they want to do, they can work on this XYZ folder, which is actually a copy of the this repository here. Okay, now whenever they are performing some work here, they can run a command that is called add. Whenever you are running a command add, what is happening, your whatever working you are whatever task or whatever things you are doing in your this working folder, that will go to the staging area. So the purpose of staging area is that whenever you are working on the this work folder, suppose take the example, you are adding any file, you are updating any file, you are deleting any file, any type of work you want to do, you are doing it and you want to track it. So if you want to track it, like Git should track it, so that in the future you can, if you want to make a rollback, if you want to, you can say, update it, whatever things you want to do on these files, you can do it. So that's why you want to add in the tracking section. So in the staging area, actually it tracks it. So with the help of add command, it will start tracking it. Okay, now after the add command, was suppose take the example, you have added, deleted, modified the file, and you want to, you are make sure that you want to send your code to the remote server, to the GitHub here. Okay, so in that case, you run a command that is called commit. So commit is just like a, you can say, confirmation before directly sending your code to the Git remote server, that you really you want to take your code to the server or not. So with the help of commit command, you take your you can say updation, whatever code you have updated. Like I've told you, updated means whatever files you have added, whatever files you have modified, whatever files you have deleted, all the files, all the work, you just take to the, you can say, the last area of your local repository, that is called Git repository. So after that, whenever you run the command, your changes will be here, and here now your changes are ready to fly to the GitHub server. And for that purpose, you have to run a command that is called push. So after command, whatever is available in your Git repository area, that will directly go to the server here, and you can check it there. Okay, so now this is the happening that whenever you are working on the project here. Now same thing you can do. Everybody can do the same thing at their end. Like I told the example of Abhishek and Ashish here, both are working their work folder. So everybody will do some work and just take their task to the this GitHub repository. Now after that, whatever happened, that suppose Ashish has updated some task there, and Ashish want to take the updated code which is committed by the, you can say, which is sent by the Ashish here. So how you can say Abhishek can take the code. For that purpose, whenever you are going to work on this repository, you should run a command that is called pull. The purpose of pull is that it will take the updated code from the that remote repository on your local machine, and you can check it. Okay, this code was which is not available on your machine, and but that is available on the GitHub, that will copy to your local machine. So this is the, you can say, purpose. This is the command, and this is the purpose to manage the you can say code on your machines here. Now you can say this is the just you can say complete picture of that I told you that what is remote and local given here. So now if you like the video, you can click on the like button. In the next section, in the next video, I will tell you about that how you can install the Git and GitHub on your local machine. So if you want if you have any type query, you can put in the comment of this video, and you can click on the bell icon so that you can get the notification about my upcoming videos. Thank you.